Hey guys, welcome to Clash Club. This is Mag here for yet another game review on Rise of Nations. Today we're gonna see a 4v4 Nomad featuring Mage, Vamsi, V and Karponn on one side, Prowler, Bluu, Ram and Oxygen on the other side. So I'm gonna quickly showcase the nations of each team. So Mage starts with British, Karponn starts with Egyptians, Vamsi starts with Iroquois, and V starts with Germans. One of those all tier 2, tier 1 nations. In comparison, I had Aztecs, Ram had Spanish, Bluu had Chinese, and Prowler had Russian. So it's like a tier 3, 4 a nation kind of. So it's a big edge for the opponent team. And if you look at the rare, they almost have salt. Gonna fast forward the action a bit, and we're gonna see more from a Mage's angle. As explained on the nation-wise, these guys got British, Egyptians, Germans, and Iroquois. So amazing set of tier 1 and 2 nations for the opponents. In comparison, Bluu got Chinese, Ram got Spanish, Oxygen as Aztecs, and Prowler got Russian. So it's more like 3-4. So we are a highly imbalanced kind of game. They have a head start, but this is where 4v4 can always become interesting though. You just never know, because the team that plays as a team wins most of the time. So white and blue shares the border, purple and orange shares the border, blue and green behind, light blue and red behind as well. This is unfortunate. White is already having. This is one thing I hate in Nomad as well. White is already having Russians. It's gonna be a slow starter, and of course, it's definitely gonna be a fast starter, and is getting raided to shit. They also want to control the diamond, and doesn't want Russians to get a city here. So if I look at the rares, the salt is in between. They very soon will control the diamond. They got dye. Citrus is kind of useless in this map. Marble is at the center. They got sugar. They got spice. They got fuzz. They also got pappy. So amazing set of rares for them. In comparison, we had peacocks. We had tobacco, vine, ember, relics, wool, silver. So the silver is the one key thing we had. It also we had silk, and it's unfortunate Iroquois is in a pretty raiding mode. I, as an Aztec, wanted the 2x com despot, and my merchant got raided early. So nice work by Light Blue here. He just doesn't want us to settle down. We already handicapped by tier 3 and tier 4 nations, mostly tier 4 nations, and on top of it, all our rares have been raided because of the Iroquois fast start as well. you, going to fast forward a bit more. The funny part is they have not explored. As you can see, they have not explored Pappy. They have not explored Fuzz yet. Cut it out. They have not explored Sugar yet. They have not explored Salt either. So it's kind of very poor exploration. The scouting has been utter poor from these guys, and that has given the head start. And in comparison, if we look at this side, we have explored almost all possible rares. So we have not missed even one rare. I think the only rare we missed is here Relic, which is a key one, but otherwise scouting from our side has been pretty good. At least we have scouted all the areas. These guys have not even scouted properly, and they're assuming that they don't have rares, and hence they're going to rush. It's pretty the good part for them is they can rush as well as boom, because they got the nations. We are handicapped by it, but they have decided to go rush, and certainly it's going to be a slow start for both me and White here, Russians and Aztecs. If we could have the salt, then we would have a bit more, a better game as Aztecs. It would be very helpful if I could have the salt though. So fast forwarding it a bit more. Yellow starts with a tower, the Brit tower that can hit the city straight away. Yellow's highlighting that there could be rares here, which is very true, and neither him or anyone takes any effort to scout that side. Thanks to Purple, he's raiding the side too. So it's already a handicap start, and further,
Red.
the Russians are going to lose the city quickly. Double cover, that's highly unfortunate. Wow, he wants a cap sign, that's way too much. This is where sometimes I feel Nomad is unfair compared to Standard, even though I'm a Nomad lover. I would play Nomad anytime over Standard though, but Nomad can be unfair under certain circumstances. The chances in the 4v4 is going to be pretty low, but there are going to be situations like this where one team might go highly handicapped. So already we were penalized with a slow start. And on top of it, Russians have been punished by early double and the tower combo. Let's see what's the action on the other side. It's more like peaceful here between orange, red and blue and purple. So blue is highly aggressive, and I like having the cap up front. That shows enormous confidence, and he has played an amazing game, and that's what we're going to see here. The big edge is Chinese, so he's gonna have a huge city to start with, and hence a little bit edge. Like by the time they could siege it, even if he's gonna start a bit slow, he can always, get it back. But that shows the confidence of blue. That's I like it. So yellow and light blue have taken white's friend city.
Red.
They're planning a similar counter attack on the other side. Germans and Egyptians amazing versus Spanish and Chinese on the other side. So the interesting part is, in spite of they capturing White's front city, we are still leading, and I am leading in the score. And Mage, in spite of controlling a free city here, is still at 1394. And for Aztecs, it's actually a good start. And I was sneakily using the salt. And I tried to, you know,
Hey,
use
dude,
the power
little
of
help
Aztecs to
here?
sacrifice
Come in.
to get as much, you know,
Yes.
resources possible due to Aztec sacrifice and kills. So able to get back to city. The one mistake I did was trying to, you know, enforce myself. I should have peacefully built on it further, and then should have gone for the city. The only problem is the city is being, you know, highly pressured by this tower. So I want this tower to be removed. That's one of the mistakes that I did early though. I started with hanging garden straight away, keeping in mind who got versus whatever. Got the gardens, and this is the one mistake I did, trying to, you know, push here. This is almost 1v2 for me here. White has got a little army, and in spite of the sacrifice advantage, it's still a bit noobish from my side, you know, to take on 1v2 here. Just wanted to make as much plunder as possible with Aztec's power. So the mistake costed us. We lost the city here again. So here orange is doing a good start with the support of red. They have controlled the front city on this side as well. So in both the sides, V's team is controlling the front city of us, and now they want the capsack of white as well. See, it's very difficult for me to fight 1v2 here, so I decided to back out a bit. And it's not, even though it may not be a huge army, it's still not an army I could combat with this army size. Light blue is going to pressure, and with the amount of resources I can't, I went for double wonder. I decided to take up the risk. Already going on with hanging gardens now with the pyramid as well. So I decided to take up the risk. I know they're going aggressive, and if I could somehow weather this out, and if I could somehow, you know, help white defend this capital, then I'll be in a huge advantage with double wonder and Aztec's power. Kind of don't blame white a lot. Russians, and he was, you know, doubled early. Brit towers. It is kind of a very difficult game for him. So yellow is keeping me busy. He just doesn't want me to, you know, support white to defend this cap here. If I go there, then he could pressure and stop my gardens as well. So I want to have this garden complete. I don't mind he destroying it, because I would at least gain as much, you know, knowledge possible until I survive. But if, instead of getting almost 90%, if I couldn't complete the hanging gardens, then that's total waste. And white recovered a bit. You can see the scores don't lie. 1595. We did recover a bit. And red is doing well. Red is almost doing better than the 3 players outside though. So even though I'm the top scorer, red is almost as close as blue here. So to say red is a noob is not acceptable. So again, another double on white, and I have to push it now with yellow having gone here. The good part is we still have 5 minutes timer, and I hold the power of Aztecs. I'm going to fast track it a bit. The fight here. White played instead though. He did not go for rush of blood and lose his troops. He waited for my support to come, and we were able to get our, cap back. This is a little bit a newbie play from yellow and light blue here. They clearly had big advantage, 2v1 army here. White recovered well, but that shouldn't be sufficient enough to put up against the coys and bullets here. And blue being cheeky went for red's capital here. Very nice move. And they have to get their army all the way from here, so he's gonna continue holding that for at least a minute more, and some army is gonna die here if they plan to cross it here, so they have to take the longest route. So very good, thinking from blue here. Some people, and this is where blue proved his experience. He had his capital up front, right? So straight away Aspect saying that, look, I'm going to have my army here and I'm going to have my capital. I don't want to keep it at the back for surprise, and that's what the mistake Red did, lack of experience. Kept the cap at the back, army up front, so he could neither attack now, and for him to defend as well, he has to go all the way up here. So let's jump back into the action the other side. So Elkoy's troops are healing. I think he went this spot. Yes, so having recovered the gap, I wanted to apply some pressure on yellow here. Fast forward a bit more. And red's progress was stopped as well. So red is now, he was aging because his cap was captured. He lost his life. He did not have a second life at that point of time. So his aging got delayed too. Frowler is clearly behind the game at 2. The good part is blue is age 3, I'm age 3, and purple is age 3. And in spite of disadvantage with nations, disadvantage of rares,
Red.
I think as a team we are fighting well, and that's clearly reflecting on the scores here. Again, red is not noob here. Yes, it's a mistake to leave the cap behind. More like inexperience, I wouldn't call that as a noob. But he at least has enough troops to work with orange to get his capital back. So while blue did amazing, it's just 1 minute 36 seconds left out. I don't think so he'll be able to hold the cap for 1v2. The wise move is to, save as much troops as possible. So here on the other hand, they won this Hanging Gardens. A double wonder. Fast forward a bit more.
Red.
So blue wisely decides to leave, not to fight here. A very good move. Fighting would be a disaster against 2v1. So here again, while white recovered to get his cap back, the recovery is still not that good. As you can see the score wise, he's behind the game. He and red is behind the game right now, so it's going to be enormous amount of pressure on me. So losing the troops here is a key mistake. White did it again. He should not have rushed it. Since he moved his cap and got a castle here, the pressure is very likely here because I have the cap here, I have the wonder here, so they're going to come here. So white should have been behind me, supporting me in all fronts. Again, a little bit inexperienced from white. I heard he's a new player, nice friend of mine. He's a fast learner.
Red.
This is another mistake I did it, which did cost me here. It's 2v1 army against me, and I should have held my troops to as much as possible. And the reason I was getting irritated is my upfront, barracks stable is getting demolished, and I know very well my wonder would either be erased, at the worst case if they cannot take my capital. So while on the other side, orange was piling pressure, so red is in dilemma the entire game and lost his capital again. And this time blue is going to be a little bit cheeky smart here. He wouldn't let it go, and by the time orange could come for a support, the timer is running out, 1 minute. I don't think so orange can help red recover his cap. So red did good, but the mistake of keeping the cap at the back when there is a direct pass route for blue to come all the way. And blue is a street smarts player, knows how to exploit the weakness, and clearly exploited it. In 56 seconds, orange army will not make it here. And I don't think so he has time to make a full bid in a year. So it's lost here, and let's see. So the mistake I did here is, I was ahead of both of them, and I know my army controls you, but it's still stupidity for me to take on 2v1, because one mistake from me, I would lose my wonder, I would lose my cap, and I would be in enormous pressure. And I don't see white anywhere on the side, so white could have at least, piled some pressure from back, or should have come from behind my capital. So trusting my judgment, trying to outsmart it.
I need
big mistake, and I played it pretty badly. I thought I had it under a little bit of control, but even though I took out a lot of army, but my entire army is gone as well, and whatever little bit army I had to save it, and I don't have, and with all my barracks and stable demolished, which is up front, it's going to be very tricky for me to hold here. So it's a double loss for me. One, I lose my wonders, that would give them an extra advantage, and second thing, I lose my cap as well. So while orange is able to, get back red's cap, but red is killed by them. So the only advantage orange got is the resource backup and the extra city. But you can see all of red city has come under blue, and which means that there is a very close blue city adjacent to orange cap, and another city here. So orange cap is surrounded by two of blue cities, which was acquired after he killed red. So here my castle is gone. I don't have barrack, and I just have one barrack and stable, and I would not quickly produce enough troops to combat this army. I am on the verge of losing my cap. good part is since we eliminated red, I have enormous amount in my time clock. 8 minutes, that's huge, huge, huge. So one of these guys should have pressure for, you know, forbidden. My ideal contender would have been orange. He should have pushed for forbidden so that even if he loses his cap, because he has enormous, he has got like 1, 2, 3 and 4 cities free. He should have got enormous amount of resources. So forbidden would have given him that extra cushion in terms of resources as well as an extra capital. So these guys can pile up the pressure. The only survival mode for me is to get the forbidden ASAP. My total eco is damaged. As you can see, I don't have eco at all. Whatever little eco I had it, I decided to go for forbidden, taking all my villages off, so they wouldn't be making enormous resources either.
Yes.
The good part is I don't panic. I'll try my best. And I know the clock is on my side. And I do weigh on the inexperience of Yellow and Light Blue. Neither of them are pros, they are inters. So, you know, Blue is trying his best to come support me out here, as Orange can at least, you know, defend for some time. Yes, he's losing. So the purple is losing the cities, but he can defend Orange for some time if Blue can get my city back, or at least my cap back. But the little Blue can do alone to fight the 2v1 army here, and they are controlling 2 friendly cities, one being cap. So Yellow is pushing for the forbidden city as well, but I think we had Tobacco. So I'm going to definitely get that 10% faster bonus, and I started in advance, so I don't think so Yellow could stop it. So this is another mistake. They know they lost one of the teammates, and their plan to get my capital was spot on, but they didn't have a, you know, an idea to counter my plan B. Like, it's very evident that if I'm going to lose my cap, the only survival mode is forbidden, so they should have shut that out. They didn't, and if they're going to let me, you know, recover, then I will definitely make them pay. As you can see, my eco is brought up thanks to all my teammate giving as much resource possible as well. So I would go to H4 instead of losing the cap, instead of re-downing the resources. So I was successful in getting a forbidden, and good part from Blue. He's going to at least make sure you know, people are not going to push any further. Yes, I'm losing cities all corners. I don't have resources to make an army as well as advance, because my next plan is to go for H4 ASAP after getting the forbidden, accomplish the forbidden. Light Blue again is doing good, very good here. He's trying to go for the raid. Specifically, his intention should have been a bit more early to see if he could have raided my villages to stop my forbidden. But he did well all through the game. The earlier raids definitely slowed our progress here. So Yellow again went on a stagnate mode. So see, they had the edge. They're leading here, in spite of losing a member. Clearly, you can see Mage and V and Vamsi all the three of Muller's head off the number one player, Bluu. Yes, Blue is holding 59 points, but B is still closer to it. And I have fallen to 4,000s. And Ram, I know he's a very old player, but he's nowhere close to his GameSpy levels. Now V is in a tricky mode. Whether he's going to defend 1v2, he realized it was indicated by yellow here that Blue is on our side, so he could apply pressure more here and then see how it works. So Blue and White is trying to get my cap back, but they don't have a siege. They could have got it back. But Light Blue are trying to apply pressure towards my Forbidden City. The key intention: destroy the gardens and not get my capital back, because purple is losing here. Purple is definitely not going to stop orange here from stealing some cities. He did a good thing by, protecting his cap with castle, but against this huge army of purples, this army and Germans is definitely going to have the upper hand. And it won't be wise to, combat it here. He's not doing that. As I said, he may not be his GameSpy's level, but he's still an experienced player, and we should never count experience out. I would not have advised Ram to lose his cities here. He should rather, he should not have lost his troops here. Rather, he could have gone into a bit more troop saving mode. So B is definitely applying pressure here. He took another city here. So Blue has to go back, that's the only way. And these guys are stealing cities everywhere. And you can see those double wonders help me out to recover fast to age 4, well ahead of Mage and Vamsi. I think I'm one of those, fastest to age 4 with Despot. I'm quite used to aging 4 faster with Despot. I know the exact formula to do it, and hence this game was no wonder any different. In spite of those enormous pressure, losing the cap, losing my cities, and fighting to save White earlier on, and to get the Forbidden City, I still made sure I can reach age 4 as quick as possible. And the economy wise, if you look at it, I'm still, I made like 26.43, only better by Blue and V. Now it's close, but for Aztec I think that's implicit. So try to rebuild on the White's corner here. Not the greatest of tactic, but I still thought of doing it. So now V is controlling, so the only way V's progress can be curtailed is if Blue has to go back, so even if Purple has a mini army, he can still support it to make orange lead here. Orange deserves to keep the pressure piling on, and he wants to go for the capital city of purple. I don't know why 95 wants to go for 91.
Maybe.
The 95 and 94 should be pressuring me and white. Okay, now somewhere down the line they let the advantage slip here, and Mage would always disagree. I kept on saying that this is not the best of his game, or anywhere close to good game. They have the upper hand here. They're controlling my cap. They're controlling 3 extra cities of our side alone, and we was controlling 1 extra city as well. They have a big upper hand. Prowler, even though he's doing good, still new. Ram, not anywhere close to his game spy level. So it's more about the pressure on blue, and the quicker I recover, the quicker the chances of we establishing our foothold up here. So blue and purple are applying pressure on orange. That was a needless. I wouldn't call it needless. He was controlling it here until blue went in, but he should have reverted his army towards his capital. Now his armies are going to be in soup. I am fighting his army one side. If he stands, blue is going to kill it from behind. I whitewashed his entire army here, and you're giving a free resource boost for my sacrifice skills, being an Aztecs. So Elo's patient. He wants to destroy my barrack, destroy my stable, rather than going for my cities. He's happy destroying my barracks and stables. Actually, I thought initially it was another mistake of mine to have built it here, rather could have built it back. The reason I didn't want to build back is I didn't want to take a lot of time to transport my troops towards my capitals. But then it ended up being a good move. As you can see, Elo's patiently removing barracks and stable, in spite of applying any kind of pressure. And now with orange army being whitewashed, except for a few little one which is very busy in raiding me again. I'm very happy in this game. I was raided, tortured. I had to help white win back his capital, and that too didn't have a tier 1, 2, 3 nation. I had more like a tier 4 nation with handicap in the rise as well. Still controlled it now. Orange is going to fight for his survival. Definitely not going to be easy. The big advantage for blue and purple is their armies city are very close by, in the sense whenever they lose army they can keep making a new one, and that is a big advantage for attackers. While Mage is still happy now destroying my markets, not want to take any kind of effort in going for the cities, not for my forbidden. I don't know what is the plan going on. Maybe he's so happy, destroying my barracks, markets, stables, with one siege focusing on the city. I was instructing white not to lose army here, and my army have to heal. It's a despot army. And white is still age 3 and fighting 2 armies here would be a suicide. So I have clearly instructed white not to fight here. Lose the city, it's fine, but do not lose your army though. And I know blue is applying enormous pressure on orange here. It's going to be very, very challenging for orange to survive. it was tricky for him as well, because if he would have stagnated himself, not piling any pressure, then Blue would have had a choice to either support me or to attack him. And since Blue's army was moved to support me, it was a good idea to distract him and pull him back here. But losing the troop in capturing purples, this particular city costed a lot. He did not have a backup plan to take his army back, like the way Blue did when he captured the Red's capital. Going to fast forward the action a bit. So as advised, I removed my army, and I wanted White enough time before this castle is gone. Take your troop back up. Because if White ages in time, then this troop will become very powerful. Fighting right now, losing it out, then there would be no way we could recover though. I told them very clear instruction: forget the city, just save your troops. And I know Blue will kill Orange here. Blue has progressed enormously, got the Posilian as well. Chinese forces get very dominant as they get age. And Purple, even though it's a little army, still got enormous amount of sieges to support them as well. So the castle is up front, the castle will be broken. Very small army here as well. Gigantic army from Blue here. And Blue played amazingly. A lot of straight smart game. He knew when to go for Red's cap, when to abandon the captured camp and save his troop, when to come for my support, when to break the hanging gardens, and when to go back and kill Orange out. Orange had only 2 cities, and unfortunately cannot build or move his Senate here because the Senate already here. So he should have demolished his Senate, and because Senate is there, he could not move the cap to here. So that costed it. Having not demolished the Senate of Red, he cannot build his own Senate here. I'm still kind of wondering what exactly Yellow and Light Blue are trying to do here. They neither supported we here, like the way Blue came to support us, like the way I supported White earlier on. These guys neither want to support them, neither pushing, or the way they're pushing is way too slow. And it is definitely gonna give me enormous amount of time to make a massive army and do it. And whatever the few mistakes I did at the start of the game, now this guy's slow push is helping me recover from the mistakes I made. So Blue's capital here, nothing wrong in Light Blue pushing here, because Blue's army is busy here, and White is still in H3. He would not be able to support it out, and Yellow might be piling pressure on my Forbidden. But the mistake that they're doing it here is they're all the game they're able to get the upper hand because Iroquois and British were working together, and now trying to take a separate path. And again, they haven't shown any urgency to go for my Forbidden. I think it's almost 25 minutes since they captured my capital, or at least 20 minutes, and they have not shown any urgency to go for my capital, giving me enormous time to recover. I would be surprised if he doesn't accept as a mistake, which he clearly doesn't believe one. And Light Blue is going to capture Blue's capital, but he may not be able to hold it. Blue does have a massive army though. So this is where Yellow should have been here, and or Light Blue should have accompanied Yellow to go towards my Forbidden City. It's another stupid planning here. This his fighting skills were good. He was able to, kill a massive army here. Not still rebuild any barracks or stable. And Orange has got nothing left out to recapture his capital, and if at all he makes small army, a purple small army would be sufficient enough. And here, finally Mage decided to go for my Forbidden City. Thanks for his slow, patient game. I'm able to mass a massive army with almost 0 echo at one point of time. Now I'm gonna make a play. Specifically, it's for the first time. It's 2v1 for us, and Mage army is going to be blistered out here. And Russians, and finally White has advanced to e4, and Russian heavy cavalry has got enormous, and that's gonna be punishing against Brit archers. So. And every kill I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna make a lot of resources. Light Blue actually had a very good game. He played well, but this was a bit overconfidence and stupidity to go towards Blue alone, because as I said, even if he's gonna capture the capital, he's not gonna hold it. Blue has ability because his cities are nearby and his barracks are here, his stable is here, so he's going to make his troops very quickly and recapture his capital. Just one more minute before Orange runs of time, and now I'm gonna regarner all my cities one by one. Thanks to Mage once again for his slow push towards my Forbidden City. He pushed finally at the 46th minute, by which I was able to make as much army as possible with that little resource availability. And now, having got a lot of kill bonus due to Aztecs, I think it's going to be a win for us from this year onwards. I personally felt having captured my cap and White had 0 echo at the point of time, and my echo was down as well. They should have pushed for my Forbidden City ASAP, or should have gone and supported B out. A delay in either of the things
Blue.
costed government. See how massive army White has made, and Blue has aged 5. So Blue played pinpoint perfect game from your ally, and Mage is complaining that they lost because of a noob here. They had the advantage of the nations, they had the advantage of the race, the Iroquois pressure of raiding White and taking White's friend city, taking my capital. They still lose, thinking that Red gave it up. Red didn't lose. It's Blue's straight smart play. I would have, I don't think so it would have made a difference even if we would have had Red on our side in place of White or Ram. You can see Ram has improved in his score, but this was not the case, as you might have seen at the start of the game. He was clearly too slow at the start. And now with every city that he took over from Orange, his score piled up. I think lack of pressure appliance by Mage and Vamsi costed it out. Vamsi started very well. He played a picture perfect start game for Iroquois, but somewhere down the line, having got the advantage, they had no idea how to hold on to the advantage. Now he's complaining boomed while your ally got raided and city taken. Oh, Mage. I love Mage, but gotta say, this is not a good play for me. And and his play really helped me recover myself here, and Blue's superb performance, fast aging, fast attack, control and kills, amazing too. So hope you guys enjoyed this game. This is Oxygen here signing off until I see you guys for more game review. Take care guys, bye bye.